What's up, golf addicts? Welcome to Tour Junkies After Dark, presented by DraftKings and DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm your host, David Barnett of the Tour Junkies. I got Pat Perry with me, coming off a hot win last week for the Masters. It is Masters Monday hangover time, but you know it's not all bad, Pat. When you document and hit Hideki Matsuyama at 55-1. Props to you. He made it on Pat's not that anyone really cares betting card at 55-1. One of the only people I think I saw post about Hideki, and congratulations, bud.
I appreciate it. I didn't really see a lot of people. I don't care. I don't need to pat myself on the back.
Yep.
But I will. So I was glad to hit it, and it was a great week, and the Masters was fantastic. It always delivers. Always delivers. The Masters is the greatest golf tournament in the world, and
Yeah.
So,
and at 55-1, it delivered nicely for you. And listen, for folks who don't know, we do plenty of betting content, and you can get winners. We've got 9 documented outright winners since the 2020-2021 season started in September, and 1 first-round leader winner documented. And I don't know anybody that's got a better record than that going right now. So we're on a little bit of a hot streak right now. It could cool off. We'll see. We're ready to keep it going for the RBC Heritage 2021 from Harbortown Golf Links in Hilton Head Island, right here in our backyard, really. We're very familiar with Hilton Head, very familiar with Harbortown. We both played it last summer. I played it the year before that. We've played it multiple times. It's a great golf course, Pete Dye design. You're gonna want. We're not gonna do a full course breakdown here. There's plenty of places you can look here on the DraftKings YouTube channel. Whether it's Pat Mayo, or you can go to our YouTube channel. You can get a full course breakdown if that's what you're into, if you want that kind of thing. But we're going to get moving into the picks for the kind of the sportsbook side and the betting side, which, by the way, as we sit here and record tonight, just found out Arizona the Senate passed the betting bill. So all you people,
one more state down. They're dropping like flies. I love it.
All you people in Arizona will shortly be able to place a wager with DraftKings Sportsbook. It's going to be fantastic. While you're here, give it a thumbs up. Give the video a like if you don't mind. Hit the subscribe button, and comment on your favorite part of this past Masters. Favorite part of this past Masters. Put that in the comments here on YouTube. We'll be very interested to see those. Pat, let's get into it as we look at the top of the betting board here for DraftKings Sportsbook. This is a great field, really strong field. One of the best RBC Heritage fields I can remember. I think obviously a lot of players have always remarked on how much they love coming to Hilton Head. The tournament puts on such a great event. It's a family-friendly event. It's very relaxed in the atmosphere because they know it's been an emotional week at Augusta. So it's a great event to be at, and a lot of these guys love it. And you've got the RBC sponsored guys. It's a strong field here, which is interesting. I mean, past champs here include, Webb Simpson, who won at 30-1 in 2020, but that was played in June for the restart after COVID. It was the second event back. Course played a little different. CT Pan won in 2019 at 160-1. Satoshi Kodaira, first time showing up at Harbortown, he won at 250-1. And then in 2017, Wesley Bryan, his first time showing up at Harbortown, won at 80-1. Although I think it's important to note that Wesley Bryan is a South Carolina Gamecock guy. He'd probably played Harbortown many times. So I do think experience tends to matter here at Harbortown. As we've already mentioned, we both played it. You have got to know where to be in the fairways here and know how to approach these awfully tough Pete Dye greens. So I think a little course knowledge is going to be important. As you look at the top of the board, we don't like to pick like the favorites. So Webb Simpson right now at 8.5-1, probably not going to happen. But where are you looking here at the top on DraftKings?
Well, I think my favorite guy up here at the top, as far as the odds are concerned, is Colin Morikawa at 8,100. Now, you did talk about experience.
21-1, not 8,100.
What did I
not DraftKings?
say?
You said 8,100. He's not 8,100
really?
like DraftKings. Yes. What are you doing? 2,100 plus 2,100.
How did I not? Where did I even come up with that?
I don't know.
I'm not even looking at anything that says all right. 2,100 is what or 21-1 is what. Maybe I said 2,100.
You did not.
Masters.
You said 81.
It's post-Masters week. Anyway, 21-1 Colin Morikawa. I think this is a great course fit for him. You did mention some experience here. Now, he obviously does not have that, but Morikawa is a guy that has just the perfect game to play this course well, whether it's off the tee, whether it's his approach play, everything else. As long as he can have a pretty good putting week, I think he has a great shot to. And you know what? We saw him at what was it? The Concession Club a few weeks ago on a course that they had never played before, and he played fantastic, won that event. So I think that can translate again here on this Pete Dye design. And I could be wrong, but was Concession Pete Dye also? I may be wrong. I'm not sure there.
I don't think it was.
But either way, I think Colin Morikawa at 21-1 makes a lot of sense there. And then going just above him, I do like I like some Brian Harmon at 30-1. He's another guy. He's from right down the street in Savannah, Georgia. We've seen him play very well recently at the Masters. Had a good finish at the Players Championship on a Pete Dye design. It has a lot of experience here. I mean, Brian Harmon has not only played here a lot as a pro, but he was a very good amateur in this area. He won the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship. That he got into this field several times as an amateur and as a college player. So he has a lot of experience on this course. So when you're getting Brian Harmon at 30-1, I like that number as well.
Well, I can't pick a better name in terms of a shorter number than Colin Morikawa. I couldn't agree more with you there. Colin did play here in 2020 right after the restart. It finished T64, which isn't great, but you can kind of throw that out. Like restart coming off of COVID, a lot of these guys were shaking some rust off. It was weird. The world was weird. But this does seem like a place in Harbor Town that is just absolutely perfect for him. So I guess I'll move down the board and give you my 30-1 play, and that is Abraham Answer. You talk about it with Brian Harmon, and I agree, but this place is built for Abraham Answer as much as it's built for anybody else. It rewards accuracy and strong putting. That is what Abraham Answer is making a living doing right now. So I'm thrilled to see Abe show up here. I think this is a place that if he doesn't win this year, he's going to win it at some point. And he's not closed the door on his first PGA Tour victory yet, but he's been close. He's been in contention. I like that he's felt that he's experienced that, and I do think he can close the door and get that first victory here. We just saw him finish 26th at Augusta National, 22nd at the Pete Dye Design Sawgrass for the Players Championship. He's been playing fantastic. I really, runner up here in 2020. So, almost had the first win if Webb wouldn't have taken it from him there in 2020 when the restart kicked off. So I just think this is a perfect spot for him at 30-1. If it got any shorter, I think I'm probably out. I would, but 30-1, I'm ready. I'm willing to jump on there for Abe Answer. Let's see, working down the board a little bit. I'm going to go to a guy I think both of us like, and he's at 60-1, and it's Chris Kirk. Another Southern boy that kind of grew up around these parts, that has a great record playing, coastal courses in Georgia, around Georgia, South Carolina area. I think Kirk, he's coming off of a really strong season, and the form has been solid. He finished sixth at Valero, 8th at the Arnold Palmer, runner-up at the Sony. We saw him win a Korn Ferry Tour event back in June of last year, and just been on a tear lately since then. So I think he's ready to close the door on a PGA Tour victory here as well. But the irons have been fantastic. The putting's been fantastic. Around the green's been literally everything that Chris Kirk is doing, he's doing it well. So there's no reason not to go ahead and bite off a little bit of Chris Kirk at 60-1. I think that's a very attractive number. So that's probably it for me until we start getting into the long shots at 100-1.
Well, I think that I agree there with Chris Kirk. I do like Kevin Kisner at 55-1, a guy that we've seen show has great success here, and this is a perfect
great success
for Kevin Kisner at 55-1. I like that number for him. And then I am a big fan of Shane Lowry this week. He is at 55-1. Love that number also for Shane Lowry. I think this is a good course fit for him as well. I'm with you on Chris Kirk. I think, he's a guy that's definitely has the perfect game here, but also Charlie Hoffman. Mentioned Chris Kirk having, the ball striking right now is there, the approach, all that kind of stuff. So does Charlie Hoffman. I mean, Charlie Hoffman almost won a few weeks ago at Valero, and he can do it this week. I think he can win. You're getting a lot of win equity from him at 40-1. I like that number. So in this mid-range, those are my favorite guys here.
Yeah, I don't mind the Charlie Hoffman play. I don't know about the Shane Lowry play. I still can't get down with Lowry. I think everybody goes through a season where they want Shane Lowry to be something. And obviously he's your defending Open champion. And I'm not saying he's not a bad player. I think he's also
been playing pretty well recently.
What did he do at Augusta?
Not great, but pretty well.
Remember what he did at Augusta. How did he do at Augusta?
He finished. Hang on.
T21.
It's not bad.
So not bad.
He was T36 at the Honda, top 10 at the Players on a Pete Dye design. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think Lowry is he's in play.
Okay. All right. Well, talk to me about your long shots. Give me the 100-1 and longer bombs.
Okay, so going with a few longer shots here. You know what? A guy that you love. I think you have an affection for him because he's an older guy, like your co-host here, and that's Stuart Sink. He is at 100-1. I think Stuart Sink can have a good week.
Niffler's mom?
Yeah, we saw him win, back in the fall. Had a decent Masters last week, was in the top 20. So I like some Stuart Sink there at 100-1. I think that's a good number.
God, the only thing I worry about with Stuart Sink is like Harbor Town just sets it up to be such a family event, and I could just see Stuart Sink's riding high. He
spends too much time at the beach with his family.
He's spending too much time doing all the stuff that dads do at the beach, right? He's drinking daiquiris. He's maybe shopping for a new set of Tevas for his feet.
You think he's going to the outlet malls?
He's hauling folks around the outlet malls and finding the nearest bench to sit on and sip a daiquiri while everybody shops. I don't know. Maybe not. He definitely fits the mold here, and he's a guy very familiar with this southern coastal courses, and he has been. If you want to play another course horse like an Ian Poulter, why would you not play or a Jim Furyk? Why would you not play an older guy like a Stuart Sink? Also, another guy that I like this week, Lucas Glover. He is at 90-1 on DraftKings, a guy that we've always known to be a great ball striker. South Carolina guy, grew up in Greenville, South Carolina, not very far from Hilton Head. Well, it's actually kind of far, like driving, but still. Great ball striker, and we always know the putter is the deal with him. That's the big bugaboo for old Lucas Glover, but I like him at 90-1, and he has been in pretty good recent form lately. So I will play him. I think that's a good number. Patton Kizzire is my favorite play here, though, in the 6-digit number at 100-1. Look, Patton is a guy who has the win equity. 6-digit number at 100-1? Are you okay? Did you have a mini stroke between the last show and now?
Sorry, the 3-digit number. I was thinking 100,000. I was thinking about we're going to win 100,000 on Patton Kizzire and win 6 digits on him. But anyway, Patton Kizzire, I do like that number at 100-1. He's been a cut-making machine, which is fine. But he also has a ton of win equity. We've seen this guy win several times on tour already. I think this is a perfect course fit for him. You look at the ball striking approach. He's a good putter on Bermuda grass greens. So Patton Kizzire at 100-1, I think, is another good number that I like. And then Doug Gim, a guy that we saw play extremely well at the Players Championship on another Pete Dye design. Great ball striker, another guy good on approach, greens and regulation, all that kind of stuff. He is at 125-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook. I like that number as well.
I got a trio of bombs here that you didn't mention. Adam Hadwin at 100-1, the Canadian. I like that. This play sets up great for him. He's played it well. 17th in the field in strokes gained and fairways gained over the last 24 rounds. 4th in the field. Goodness.
Oh, what's going on? You got a frog in your throat, DB?
We're just on the struggle bus today. 4th in the field in strokes gained around the green. Ball striking has always been really solid here at Harbortown, and the putter is always fantastic for old Adam Hadwin. So I like that value at 100 to 1. He's also a PGA Tour winner. He can close the door. JT Poston, another PGA Tour winner at 130 to 1, local kind of, Carolinas kind of guy. Played here twice, finished 6th and finished 8th.
Carolinas kind of guy. I like that.
He's a
Carolinas kind of guy.
He is.
He's a beachy kind of guy. He's just a coastal harbor town kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. I mean, just look at him. 130 to 1, and he's a PGA Tour winner. I think there's great outright value there. I tell you what, the 5 to 1 as a top 20, and he's played here twice with a 6th and an 8th is a very juicy number for JT Poston. Just finished 22nd at a Pete Dye Design for the Players Championship, which is a much stronger field than even this. So I love that number on JT. And then finally, Matinee Smith, the University of South Carolina product, the ball striking man name they call Matthew Naismith, and he is an incredible iron player. He's had some good finishes on the PGA Tour so far. This would be a first-time winner, and his first time officially playing Harbortown and playing the RBC Heritage. But I'm quite positive, like Wesley Bryan a few years ago, who also went to the University of South Carolina, that Matthew Naismith is quite familiar with Harbortown golf links. He's played it a number of times. So 150 to 1 for him to win outright, and he is also at 5 to 1 as a top 20, which I like that number. Any more top 20 bets for you?
I don't have any top 20 bets, but you know what? I'm going to throw a surprise bet on you. Okay.
Oh, a surprise bet. Super. Go ahead.
Two first round leader bets already for you.
We don't even have the tee times or the wave advantages, which can.
I don't care. I do not care. I'm going to give you two right now.
Ridiculous.
Because we don't do this on the show. I want to give you 2 first round leader bets on the show, and if they hit, I want to hear about it. But Matthew Naismith, you just mentioned, he is at 90 to 1 first round leader bet. I like that. And then another sneaky first round leader at 100 to 1, Doc Redmond. So there you go. 2 right there, first round leader bets, I think could be interesting plays. Hey,
there you go.
Look, disclaimer, if you go look at the weather, and if it looks like they have terrible weather advantages, don't play those plays.
Yeah.
But if they got a good advantage, I think you take those 2.
Which you can see that happen here at Harbortown. It's a coastal spot, and wind is definitely a play. We've seen it happen before, so definitely check weather, check all that out, and check out all the DraftKings has to offer as well. Check out all the Tour Junkies has to offer on tourjunkies.com or the Tour Junkies YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Thanks for commenting here on the YouTube channel your favorite Masters moment from this past Masters in 2021. And may your screens be green. Hit those bets. Tail us, because we're on a heater right now. Let's go. Let's get it. See ya.
Oh.